Hello everyone and welcome to episode 5 of GCW, and we are a week removed from our very first pay-per-view, GCW Anarchy. I am your commentator Gabriel Borges Jr. and we are live here in Cleveland, Ohio. And oh man, what a show that we had last week. Of course we crown ourselves new champions. And let's just say, all hell broke loose. Well, tonight, in our main event, the two superstars that we saw in that 8-man ladder match to determine the GCW television champion, which was won by, of course, Lio Rush, but we will get to that in a few minutes. But in our main event, it's going to be a monstrous brawl as Braun Strowman goes one-on-one against Lars Sullivan. And then we got a showcase match as we got two more debut superstars. As the man to the left, Apollo Crews, will go one-on-one against the It Factor, the glorious one, Bobby Roode. Also, we got ourselves a 6-woman battle royal to determine the next #1 contender for the GCW Women's Championship, which was won by none other than Sasha Banks. Will it be Charlotte, Natalya, Tessa Blanchard, Becky Lynch, Rosemary, or Asuka? Of course, the winner of this battle royal gets a shot at Sasha Banks. Also, Bret, our general manager of GCW, Bret the Hitman Hart, has a very special announcement. What's the announcement? I don't know, but apparently Bret the Hitman Hart has a very special announcement that cannot be missed. But of course, last week we had ourselves our very first pay-per-view, GCW Anarchy, and of course we crowned ourselves new champions. Of course we got the GCW Hardcore Champion, the very first GCW Hardcore Champion, Jerry Lynn. We got ourselves our first GCW Junior Heavyweight Champion, which was won by Akira Tozawa in a Cruiserweight Battle Royal. Then in that 8-man ladder match for the TV title, which consists of Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, Ricochet, Will Ospreay, Lio Rush, Cesaro, Braun Strowman, Lars Sullivan, all 8-man beat the hell out of each other, but at the end of the day, Lio Rush ended up walking out of Chicago with the television title. Then we go with the GCW Tag Team titles, and the Young Bucks and the Undisputed Era beat the living crap out of each other. But at the end of the day, the Undisputed Era was just a better team, and the Undisputed Era came out of Chicago with the GCW Tag Team titles. And then we go for the first ever GCW Women's Championship, as it was decided in a fatal 4-way match. Of course, the 4 women that were in that matchup was Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Rosemary, and the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. Talk about a women's matchup. Those 4 women gave it their all. But it was Sasha Banks tapping out Becky Lynch. And Sasha Banks came out of Chicago with being the first ever GCW Women's Championship. And of course, last night, Finn Balor retained the GCW International Championship against Kevin Owens. But of course, Kevin Owens attacked Finn Balor from behind. But of course, we will talk about that later on tonight, because Kevin Owens is in action. And also, we got ourselves a new GCW World Heavyweight Champion. Of course, Kenny Omega was defending the GCW World title against both Samoa Joe and Chris Jericho, and it was a bloodbath. All three men were busted open. All three men were beating the living crap out of each other. But it was the final 5 minutes of the matchup. Samoa Joe finally hit the muscle buster onto Kenny Omega. But of course, Chris Jericho came out of nowhere, co-breaking Samoa Joe and literally sealing the victory from Samoa Joe. And just like that, Chris Jericho became the second GCW World Heavyweight Champion in GCW history. And oh man, what a show it was. And what a show that we are going to have tonight. But wait a minute. Whoa. I'm getting news that there's something going on backstage. Wait a minute. I'm getting news that it's involving both Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar. Well, what are you doing? Get the cameras backstage right now. Get the camera backstage right now. It looks like there's a commotion between Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins. There's a commotion between Rollins and Lesnar backstage. Seth Rollins. Oh my God, in the face of the beast. And Lesnar punching Rollins. And oh my God, Lesnar punching again. Seth Rollins fighting back. And these two men, oh my God, Lesnar slams Rollins into that production box. Well, we all know that oh my God, Rollins just slams Lesnar right into the wall. Of course, last Sunday at our first pay-per-view, GCW Anarchy, Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins defeated the team of AJ Styles and Kurt Angle in that tag team match. Of course, thanks to Paul Heyman. But now these two men are beating the hell out of each other. I don't know why. Seth Rollins now has Brock Lesnar. Oh my God. A suplex neckbreaker right into the concrete. This is a crazy way to start off our 5th episode of GCW. Lesnar fighting back, and Lesnar, oh my God, going after the stomach of Seth Rollins. Both of these men beating the hell out of each other. Seth Rollins trying to fight back, but then again, this is the beast. Oh, a corkscrew suplex. Lesnar kicking the back of Rollins. Oh man. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. Well, Lesnar did say that he does not work for anyone. And of course, there was a tweet for Heyman that said one night only. I don't know what Heyman means by that. Does it mean that the alliance between Lesnar and Rollins was just for Anarchy and Anarchy only? It looks like it, because Lesnar's showing no mercy to his former alliance partner Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins trying to fight back. Well, that's what Seth Rollins gets for making an alliance with the Beast. Even though Seth Rollins didn't claim that he did make an alliance with the Beast. But Seth Rollins said that he wanted to team up with Brock Lesnar, because he wanted to get a win in the GCW first ever pay-per-view Anarchy. He wants to get a win in the books. And oh my God, Seth Rollins just Irish whipped Brock Lesnar to the general manager's room. Seth Rollins, oh my God, that's that briefcase. And Lesnar right to the stomach of Rollins. This has escalated in the general manager's office. Oh my God, Seth Rollins just suplexing Lesnar right to the briefcase. Well, we both know that Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins are in the arena tonight. But is AJ in the arena tonight? Is Kurt Angle in the arena here tonight? Seth Rollins and Lesnar are showing no mercy to one another. One week they're partners, the next week they're beating the bloody shit out of each other. Seth Rollins holding his own right now, surprisingly, but Lesnar is pissed. Brock Lesnar taking Rollins to Suplex City. One German suplex. Two German suplexes. And Lesnar going for a third one. Oh, a third German suplex. And Lesnar just took out Rollins in the GCW General Manager's office. For God's sakes. Oh my God. Oh my God, somebody get some help for Seth. Somebody get some help for Seth. Oh my God. What a chaotic start to GCW. Oh man. Well, I hope Bret Hart addresses that later on tonight. But coming up next, it will be a fatal four-way matchup between four cruiserweights, which are Cedric Alexander, Noam Dar, TJ Perkins, and Rich Swann. But you know what's so special about this fatal four-way? Whoever wins this matchup gets a shot at Akira Tozawa's junior heavyweight title. Oh man, who will be the number one contender for the GCW Junior Heavyweight title? Will it be Alexander? Will it be Noam Dar? Will it be TJ Perkins? Or will it be Rich Swann? You're just gonna have to find out next on GCW. And here comes one of the cruiserweights that was in that Junior Heavyweight Championship Battle Royal last Sunday at GCW Anarchy. And that man is Cedric Alexander. This man was extremely impressive. Of course, he was the third man to be eliminated in that matchup. But of course, Cedric Alexander was extremely impressive. Of course, Cedric Alexander eliminated Noam Dar immediately when the bell rang. Of course, Noam Dar set a Battle Royal record as Noam Dar was eliminated in 2 seconds. So basically, Cedric Alexander embarrassed Noam Dar. But Noam Dar is in that matchup tonight. So Noam Dar, I believe he has the two objectives in mind. Number one, get vengeance on Cedric Alexander for humiliating him in his debut. And number two, be the number one contender for the junior heavyweight title. Cedric Alexander is ready to go. A lot of people here in Cleveland, Ohio loving him. But speaking of Noam Dar, here he comes, the Scottish Supernova. Of course, we really didn't get to see what Noam Dar was capable of in that Battle Royal because he was eliminated so early in that Battle Royal last Sunday at GCW Anarchy. But of course, Bret the Hitman Hart, the general manager of GCW, gave this man a second chance. And that's why he is in this fatal four-way to determine the number one contender for the GCW Junior Heavyweight title. You can see the anger, you can see the frustration in Noam Dar's face. And trust me, if I was embarrassed and humiliated like he was at Anarchy last Sunday, I would be pissed as well. Well, if you don't know who Noam Dar is, I think you're in for a treat because I think this man is extremely impressive. Of course, this man has been in Evolve Wrestling. He has been in WNN, and he was in the Cruiserweight Classic 2 summers ago. But tonight, he is looking to get redemption to become the first number one contender for the junior heavyweight title. Alexander and Dar are freaking pissed at each other. Of course, the referee trying to separate these two. And here comes a new cruiserweight. Of course, we didn't even see this person. I believe not. I don't think we saw this person in that Battle Royal last Sunday at GCW Anarchy. Well, Bret Hart surprising us tonight in this aftermath. And of course, Bret Hart signed this man, T.J. Perkins. Of course, Perkins has been in Evolve Wrestling. He has been in WNN. He has fought in the Netherlands, in the Philippines. And of course, 2 summers ago, this man was involved in the Cruiserweight Classic. And of course, he went to Japan for a little bit, fought in 2 of the best of Super Juniors. Of course, in the second, of course, in his participation, the second best of the Super Juniors, he was actually in the semifinals, but of course, he was eliminated by Hiromu Takahashi. Perkins is ready to go. Of course, the reason why I didn't produce any GCW show last week, because last week we had our GCW Anarchy pay-per-view. Of course, me and the GCW management have finally agreed that every time there's a GCW pay-per-view, the next night we are not going to produce any other GCW shows but the week after. And that's what we're doing right now. But let's get back to talking about wrestlers. And speaking of wrestling cruiserweights, here comes Rich Swann. Of course, Rich Swann was a part of that battle royal to determine the very first ever GCW Junior Heavyweight Champion. Of course, Rich Swann was in the top 3. Of course, it was the Brian Kendrick, Rich Swann, and Akira Tozawa. Of course, Rich Swann eliminated the Brian Kendrick, but Kendrick was originally scheduled to be in this matchup, but of course, the Brian Kendrick was injured, so he was replaced by T.J. Perkins. But even though Rich Swann didn't win the matchup, nice performance by Rich Swann. But will that performance give him a shot at the GCW Junior Heavyweight title? Here we go, the first matchup of the night. Swann now going after Noam Dar, nice frog splash. And oh, Cedric Alexander with a hammerlock German suplex to T.J. Perkins. Oh man. Oh, Rich Swann now. Rich Swann has Noam Dar. Oh, Hurricanrana to Noam Dar. Of course, this is a fatal 4-way matchup. There are no disqualifications, no countouts. The first person to gain pinfall or submission in the ring will win the match. All 4 of these men giving everything they got early on in this match. Noam Dar now with the first pin. 1 and a 1 count. T.J. Perkins just stalking Cedric Alexander. Perkins, oh, nice maneuver. It is so amazing to have an exclusive GCW Cruiserweight division here on GCW. Nice power slam by T.J. Perkins. Rich Swann's in the outside. Oh, Noam Dar now. Finally gonna get his vengeance on Cedric Alexander. Oh, T.J. Perkins went for a frog tap, but Cedric Alexander fights out of it. Noam Dar now showing off. Cedric Alexander, Irish whip. Oh, Rich Swann now back in the mix. Swann now has Noam Dar. Oh, that was impressive. Of course, I'll try to announce. I'm trying to call the action as fast as I can, but all 4 of these men are so impressive. And of course, if you know Cruiserweight action, then you know that this is very fast paced. I don't think this matchup is going to slow down anytime soon. T.J. Perkins with a dropkick to the neck of Cedric Alexander. Oh man. Of course, Akira Tozawa must be watching in his hometown of Japan. And oh, wait, Noam Dar. Noam Dar looking for a submission maneuver. He's trying to make Rich Swann tap out. He's going after the arm of Rich Swann. But Swann fights out of it. But here comes Perkins going after Swann now. And oh, a little alliance here. A neck breaker by Alexander and Perkins. Alexander looking to take advantage. 1, 2, and a 2 count. T.J. Perkins taking out Noam Dar. Oh my God. T.J. Perkins going after a drop kick onto the neck of Rich Swann. And Rich Swann now fighting back. Close line T.J. Perkins, but Perkins moved out of the way. Rich Swan's in trouble. It looks like we have a little temporary alliance between Cedric Alexander and TJ Perkins. And here comes Noam Dar. Oh, drop kick to TJ Perkins. Out of nowhere, he's back in the mix. While that's happening, Cedric Alexander looking for a tornado DDT off the second rope, taking Rich Swann out. But now Cedric Alexander doing the bulldog onto Noam Dar. Cedric Alexander is on a roll, and a lion salt by Cedric Alexander. And here comes TJ Perkins picking up the scraps. Perkins now, Irish whip. Noam Dar, but Noam Dar trying to fight back against his temporary group as Dar Irish whip Perkins to the outside. Noam Dar looking to take down Perkins, and here comes Alexander. But here comes Rich Swann. He's back in the ring. Oh! Wow! Cedric Alexander went for a 360, like a 360 pressing kick, but Rich Swann reversed it into a side kick. Extremely impressive by Swann. I thought that would be it. Cedric Alexander taking out Noam Dar. And now Rich Swann focusing his attention on TJ Perkins. And oh! Rich Swann went for a Tiger Bomb, but TJ Perkins reversed into a Hurricanrana. And oh! See, alliances don't last. And now Perkins going after Alexander. Alexander, Irish whip, Perkins. And oh, Alexander looking to fly and all. And Alexander, oh, I think he went for a Hurricanrana type maneuver, but TJ Perkins moved out of the way. But now Perkins going after Swann. First with a vertical suplex and now a back suplex. Back in the ring, Noam Dar getting his vengeance. And oh my god, Noam Dar going after the leg of Alexander, but Cedric Alexander's legs were on the ropes. And oh, Noam Dar went for an enziguri, but Cedric Alexander reverses. Alexander now. Oh, nice maneuver by Cedric. Rich Swann now. Oh, nice Falcon's arrow. Taking down TJ Perkins. Oh, man. Cedric Alexander could be going for that signature. Oh, he went for that signature leg drop, but Rich Swann just reversed Hurricanrana Noam Dar. And oh man. And wait a minute, TJ Perkins back in the mix. Taking down Rich Swann. And oh, the signature clothesline by Cedric Alexander. Cedric Alexander taking down the competition. But Cedric Alexander is not pinning Noam Dar. I think that is a big mistake by Cedric Alexander. Rich Swann now back in the ring, looking to pick up the scraps. Swann now has Dar, but no, Dar with a knee to the stomach. And now Dar now. Oh God, just goes out to the leg of Rich Swann. Dar now just dragging Swann. Noam Dar pins. 1, 2, and a 2 count. Cedric Alexander tried to break the count, but Perkins was in the way. And Rich Swann, oh my God, knee to the face. Cedric Alexander wants TJ Perkins to get up. Wait a minute, lumbar check! Lumbar check! Lumbar check to TJ Perkins, but oh, Perkins was playing possum. Hurricanrana. Wait, right to the other side. Swann, oh, pushes Dar down the middle of the ring. Oh, frog splash to Noam Dar. TJ Perkins now just messing up. Noam Dar looking for a tombstone type maneuver. Oh, reverse DT. This is some high-paced matchup. What a way to start off the show. And now Swann and Perkins working together onto Noam Dar. And now Swann and Perkins going after each other. A nice maneuver by Rich Swann. Devastating neck suplex. Rich Swann now wants Perkins to get up. Oh, a 360 Falcon Arrow, but Cedric Alexander out of nowhere taking out the referee. Cedric Alexander had no choice. Cedric Alexander with a neckbreaker to Rich Swann. And now Dar and Alexander are going after each other. Dar now just going after all the pressure points of Alexander's arm. It is now anyone's game. And now again, Dar, a submission specialist. Again, going after the arm of Cedric Alexander. But Alexander, Irish Whip, Noam Dar. And wait, Alexander has Dar. What is he gonna do? Oh, a neck breaker on the second rope. Perkins now looking to take advantage of the situation. Perkins now pins Dar and a 2 count. And now Cedric Alexander going after Rich Swann. Oh, looking for a bubble bomb type maneuver, but oh, Rich Swann reversing into a stunner. Oh man, both Swann and Alexander are going after each other's necks. Oh, Falcon Arrow, a 360 Falcon Arrow. Oh, Noam Dar now breaks the count. I think Noam Dar, wait a minute, Noam Dar going after the leg of Alexander, but Rich Swann, see, you always gotta have eyes in the back of your head. And nice enziguri onto Cedric Alexander. See, you always have to have eyes in the back of your head when it comes to fatal 4-way matches. Because if you don't, then someone in this matchup is going to break up the count. Remember, no DQs, no countouts, anything goes until we have a definite winner. Noam Dar now, oh, elbow right to the head of Rich Swann, taking him out. And now Noam Dar pinning Cedric Alexander. 1, 2, but TJ Perkins breaks it up. What a matchup this has been. Alexander now, Irish Whip Dar into the corner. And now Cedric Alexander just punching Noam Dar repeatedly. And people are counting down with Alexander. 10 punches to Noam Dar. But here comes Perkins. That was just Perkins, Alexander. And wait a minute, Alexander reverses. Alexander pass. 1, 2, and a 2 count. I thought that was it. Alexander kicking down TJ Perkins. And now, oh, nice slam by Cedric. Swann now back in the mix. Alexander trying to take down Swann, but Swann reversed it. And oh, nice kick by Rich Swann. And wait a minute, Rich Swann. Oh, a Sandy 450 splash. Noam Dar now working on TJ Perkins. Rich Swann now showing off. Noam Dar taking TJ Perkins to the outside. You're not gonna win by doing stuff in the outside. Now, if it was false count anywhere, it would be a different story. TJ Perkins with a brain buster, taking Noam Dar's head right into the floor. Rich Swann now going after the arm. I'm trying to call this match, people. Very fast-paced action. All 4 men. And going for that 360 Falcon Arrow! 360 Falcon Arrow! To Cedric! And why is Rich Swann not pinning him? Instead, Rich Swann goes after Noam Dar. 1, 2, and a 2 count. See, that big, stupid mistake by Rich Swann may have cost him. And now, oh, Cedric Alexander with a knee to the face. Perkins. And wait a minute. TJ Perkins. Oh, I thought that Hurricanrana was it. Cedric Alexander looking for a suplex up the top rope, but oh, Rich Swann just pushes Alexander to the ground. Oh, neck breaker. Oh. What a fatal 4-way matchup to start off GCW. Oh God, Swann now. Swann has the legs of Dar. What is he gonna do? Oh man, he's trying to make Noam Dar tap. With this maneuver, will Swann be the #1 contender for the junior heavyweight title? But no, Dar reverses, and now here comes Perkins. Now Dar and Perkins are working together. Going after the fan favorite in this matchup, and Perkins, oh my God, kick right into the chest of Swann. And now Perkins taking Noam Dar into the corner. What a matchup it has been. An exploder suplex by Dar, taking out Perkins. Alexander's back in the mix, taking out Rich Swann to the outside. What a show it has been. Of course, if you guys are watching the World Cup right now, or if you are interested in the World Cup, of course, right now it's Belgium versus Japan, and on the 45th minute, nobody has scored yet. But I want to hear in the comment section, who do you think is going to win this matchup between Belgium and Japan? And who do you think is going to win this matchup in this fatal four-way? I want to hear your comments down below, and I want to see if you were correct. Now back to the action as Perkins went for a suplex, and oh, Rich Swann now. All four men are in the outside. Rich Swann doing extremely well, taking down the competition. Swann taking down both Alexander and Perkins. What a matchup it has been. A crazy fatal four-way match. No, Rich Swann now. Rich Swann has Alexander. Oh, nice Sandy Hurricanrana. Dar now taking Perkins back into the ring. And here comes Rich Swann. And now Noam Dar. And oh, Noam Dar went for a submission maneuver. But again, Rich Swann ruined the opportunity. And Swann, oh, with a kick right to Noam Dar. Swann now, he's going for the standing 450, standing 450. The standing 450. Perkins with a neck breaker to Alexander. Perkins now, Irish whip. And oh, Rich Swann taking out, and oh, now Perkins and Swann going after Noam Dar. Dar now brings Swann back into the ring. Here comes Perkins. Perkins, Irish whip Dar into the corner. And now he Irish whip Dars once again. And oh, a devastating European uppercut. And now Perkins going after Swann. Oh, butterfly suplex. TJ Perkins pinned 1, 2, and a 2 count. What a matchup it has been. And oh, Cedric Alexander breaking Perkins' second attempt. And wait a minute, lumbar check out of nowhere. The lumbar check out of nowhere. Pin Alexander, pin. Alexander now. He's going for the lumbar check on the Swann. Lumbar check to Rich Swann. Lion salt. Oh my God, now what is Alexander doing? Alexander. Oh, but Rich Swann now fights out of it. Here comes Noam Dar trying to take down Rich Swann. Both of these men going back and forth. Rich Swann, oh, just suplex the neck of Noam Dar. Swann now, Irish and Noam. TJ Perkins looking to steal the victory. 2, 3, and TJ Perkins! TJ Perkins! Rich Swann and Noam Dar were too busy. And then Perkins was out of nowhere. Took advantage of the situation. And just like that, the newest signee cruiserweight for GCW is the #1 contender for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Wow, what an amazing victory for TJ Perkins. A lot of people are going crazy for Perkins. Your winner of this matchup and the #1 contender for the Junior Heavyweight Championship, TJ Perkins. Congratulations, TJ Perkins. He deserves it. So, Akira Tozawa, I hope you're watching, because this man is a sign of what's to come. Akira Tozawa is the champion, and TJ Perkins is the #1 contender for Akira Tozawa's title. Well, coming up next on GCW, we are going to hear from the very first ever GCW Women's Champion, Sasha Banks. And that is next on GCW. Well, here comes the very first ever GCW Women's Champion, Sasha Banks. Of course, Sasha defeated Rosemary, Asuka, and Becky Lynch last week at our very first GCW pay-per-view, GCW Anarchy. What does Sasha Banks have to say? I would like to say for everyone here in the arena, thank you for helping me and supporting me. Of course, I wouldn't have done it without all you guys, and I'm really, really honored to be the very first woman to hold a GCW Women's Championship. Of course, Becky Lynch, Asuka, and Rosemary put me to my very limit. But at the end of the day, the boss ended up with the gold. And now I know there's a lot of tough women here in GCW, but the question is anyone ready for Sasha Banks? Because I am a fighting champion. I am the boss, and I am willing to kick anyone's ass to keep this title and to be the best in GCW. I had the chance to shine, and look where it got me. I am the new women's champion. Now, there is going to be a battle royal later on tonight to determine my first #1 contender for the women's championship. But whoever wins that match, all I'd like to say is good luck, because whoever wins that match is gonna end up losing to the one and only Sasha Banks. Now bank on that. Oh man, what a statement by Sasha Banks. What a big statement by the first GCW Women's Champion, Sasha Banks. And man, what a show it has been so far. But coming up next, Kevin Owens is in action as he goes one-on-one with Kurt Hawkins. I'd like to take you back to last Sunday at our pay-per-view GCW Anarchy. Kevin Owens went one-on-one against Finn Balor for the GCW International title, but of course in a 2 out of 3 falls match. But if Kevin Owens lost the matchup, he will never get another shot at the title as long as Finn Balor is champion. And of course both of these men beat the living hell out of each other. Kevin Owens even got the first fall with a pop-up powerbomb taking out Finn Balor. Of course, Finn Balor had the second and third falls down, retaining its title. But after the matchup, Kevin Owens just snapped, and Kevin Owens just attacked and beat the living hell out of Finn Balor. And of course, we don't know what condition Finn Balor is in, But all I know is that was a sickening act by Kevin Owens. It really is. But coming up next, Kevin Owens is in action, and he's a one-on-one against Mr. Curt Hawkins. And here comes Mr. Curt Hawkins himself. And man, he has a tough task here tonight. Of course, Curt Hawkins made a name for himself. Of course, on the first episode of GCW, Curt Hawkins went one-on-one against Chris Jericho and actually held his own. Of course, he lost the matchup, but Curt Hawkins surprisingly held his own against Mr. Y2J. But can Curt Hawkins somehow defeat Kevin Owens? Or would it just be another loss for Curt Hawkins? Of course, Kevin Owens doesn't look too good himself because Kevin Owens has a losing streak of his own. Of course, Kevin Owens have already lost twice in GCW. But could the third time be the charm for KO? Or will Curt Hawkins pull up the shock of the century? Curt Hawkins is ready to go, and surprisingly, there's some fans here in Ohio for Hawkins. But I would rather cheer for Curt Hawkins than this despicable man right here, Kevin Owens. Ever since Kevin Owens made his debut, Kevin Owens has been making Finn Balor's life a living hell. Of course, Finn Balor defeated Kevin Owens not once, not twice, but 3 times. 3 times to retain his GCW International title. And of course at Anarchy, Kevin Owens had just snapped and tried to freaking injured Finn Balor. Of course it worked because it's been like rumors and some confirmation that Finn Balor has some minor rib injuries, but there's nothing major. And of course Finn Balor will be back in a couple of weeks. Good thing we don't have to strip Balor the title, but what Kevin Owens did at Anarchy was wrong and out of line. Of course, Kevin Owens can't compete for the GCW International title as long as Balor is champion. Curt Hawkins now going after the arm of Kevin Owens. Well, Owens, oh man, both men are going technical. And oh god, Owens going after the arm of Hawkins. Kevin Owens, very technical. Oh, Curt Hawkins with an elbow to the face, but oh, that just pissed off KO. Nice fireman's carry. Kevin Owens now, oh, an elbow right to the face of Curt Hawkins. You can see the anger in Kevin Owens' face. You can see that he was pissed from last Sunday, and he's pissed now. Kevin Owens now. Oh wait, Curt Hawkins. Oh, went for a vertical suplex, but Kevin Owens reversed it. And now KO. Oh, knee to the stomach of Curt Hawkins. And oh, Kevin Owens slamming his entire body right onto Curt. And now Kevin Owens going after the ribs of Curt Hawkins. Kevin Owens showing no mercy early on in this matchup. Curt Hawkins trying to fight back. But oh, Kevin Owens went to throw Curt Hawkins, but Hawkins reversed and Hawkins with a German suplex. I think Kevin Owens kind of underestimated Curt Hawkins. Hawkins now has Owens. Oh, again, went for a suplex, and he executed it. The second time's the charm for Curt Hawkins. Man, what a way to make a name for yourself if Curt Hawkins somehow defeats Kevin Owens. Oh, Hawkins now going after the back of KO. Oh, but Owens just, oh God. And now Kevin Owens Oh, he'll be going for a Samoa drop, but Kurt Hawkins reversed it. Hawkins out dragging KO, and oh, nice elbow by Kurt Hawkins. Kurt Hawkins holding his own. And oh, nice slam by Hawkins. And people here in Cleveland are loving this. People are loving Kurt Hawkins. And oh, Hawkins trying to punch Owens out of the ring, but Owens ain't gonna let that happen. Nice fireman's carry by Kurt Hawkins. Hawkins now just dragging Owens, but Owens, oh, with the knee to the stomach, knee right into the ribs. Of course, last Sunday at GCW Anarchy, Kevin Owens focused on the ribs of Finn Balor. And oh God, Kurt Hawkins, knife R drag. But again, Kevin Owens punching the ribs of Kurt Hawkins. And oh, Owens right into the elbowing Kurt Hawkins' face. And oh, Hawkins with a clothesline. And Kurt Hawkins is showing off. And now Hawkins, oh, goes after the arm. Okay, an armbar. An armbar right into Kevin Owens. Man, that's gotta hurt the arm of KO. Kurt Hawkins trying to figure out what to do. He's trying to make a name for himself. He is making or breaking his career. And KO now. Oh man! Nice roll up. 1, 2, and a 2 count. That was a close one. And that was kind of out of nowhere. Now Kevin Owens being a dick to the crowd. And oh, Kurt Hawkins! Hawkins with a super kick! And now Hawkins is showing off. What a matchup! Kurt Hawkins punching the stomach of Owens. Kurt Hawkins, oh, clothesline to KO. Hawkins now just dragging Kevin Owens. And now Kurt Hawkins showing no mercy. Punching Kevin Owens in the head. Oh my God. Kurt Hawkins playing dirty a little bit. Kind of karma for Owens. And oh! Kurt Hawkins with an elbow. Could that be it? 1, 2, oh! Kurt Hawkins is shocked. I think Kevin Owens has a huge possibility that he could have his 3rd loss here in GCW. Talk about Kurt Hawkins having a losing streak. Kevin Owens can have a losing streak. He's already 0-3 here in GCW. Kevin Owens tonight will try to make it 1-3. Oh, Kevin Owens went for a cutter type maneuver. Kurt Hawkins reversed it. But oh, Kevin Owens just elbowing the face of Kurt Hawkins. Oh man, Owens Irish Whip Hawkins into the corner. What the hell is KO doing? And wait a minute. Oh my God, cannonball! Far out to Kurt Hawkins. The freaking cannonball. Could that be it? 1, 2, and a 2 count. Owens can't believe it. Hawkins is still alive in this match. And oh, Kevin Owens could be going for that pop-up powerbomb. He could be going for that pop-up powerbomb. Pop-up powerbomb to Kurt Hawkins. 1, 2, 3. And just like that, Kevin Owens gets his first victory here in GCW. 1-3. And you gotta give credit to Kurt Hawkins. He held his own once again. Put Kevin Owens to his limit. But it was the cannonball right there was the turning point of the matchup. And look at this devastating pop-up power bomb to Kurt Hawkins, taking Hawkins out for the 1-2-3. And just like that, Kevin Owens. And wait a minute, it's the international champion Finn Balor. It's the International Champion Finn Balor. Balor wants vengeance for what he did at Anarchy, but Kevin Owens trying to take down Finn Balor. The referee trying to convince Balor to stop assaulting him. And now both of these men are in a brawl. These men hate each other. Owens now. Oh, Irish cross to Finn Balor. But Balor. Both of these men are beating the hell out of each other. The referee said to get some help out here. Get some security. We need some security. We need some referees to separate these two men. Balor's pissed. And Balor, oh my God, slamming Owens' face to the ground. Finn Balor now. Irish Whip KO into the corner again. Oh, but Kevin Owens. These men are beating the hell out of each other. But wait, Owens has Balor. DDT from the top turnbuckle. For God's sakes. For God's sake, somebody end this, please. And now Kevin Owens, went for a slam. Both of these men are beating the hell out of each other. But KO has Balor. Oh, devastating neck breaker right to the neck of the champion. Kevin Owens was ready. Kevin Owens knew that Finn Balor would try to get his vengeance. But this time, Kevin Owens was ready. Oh man, somebody get some help for Balor. Kevin Owens giving zero fucks about Finn Balor's health. Oh my God, I hope Balor's okay. Well, coming up next on GCW, it is a rematch from GCW Anarchy as Sheamus goes one-on-one against Drew McIntyre. Of course, Drew McIntyre a loss once again to the Celtic Warrior Sheamus at GCW Anarchy. But this time, it was a pinfall victory. Of course, Drew McIntyre, begged and pleaded for Bret Hart to give him one more shot at Sheamus. Bret Hart said that, of course, Bret Hart gave Drew McIntyre the opportunity to do so. So this is McIntyre's last chance at Sheamus. It is Sheamus versus McIntyre, an Anarchy rematch. And that is next on GCW. Of course, if you are watching this live stream, if you're watching the 5th episode of GCW, thank you for watching. I am extremely appreciated. Of course, it would be much more appreciated if you click the like button and you click the subscribe button. And don't forget to click that little bell so you can never miss another episode of GCW. Here comes the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus. Of course, Sheamus has 2 victories over his bag on Drew McIntyre. Of course, on the very first episode of GCW, Sheamus defeated Drew McIntyre in a controversial count-out finish. But then at GCW Anarchy, Sheamus defeated Drew McIntyre. But this time, it was a pinfall victory. Sheamus proving that he was the better warrior. And I'm not gonna lie, at Anarchy, Drew McIntyre gave Sheamus a run for his money. But at the end of the day, Sheamus was just the better man. Of course, a lot of people here in Cleveland, Ohio are booing Sheamus. But look at Sheamus' face. He doesn't give a damn. He doesn't give a shit about the fans. He only gives a damn about himself. And tonight, Sheamus looking to get a 3rd victory on this man, Drew McIntyre. But you got to admit, Drew McIntyre is more determined and more focused than ever before. Drew McIntyre wants to defeat Sheamus once and for all, and could the third time be the charm here tonight. And you can hear the music, and here comes the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. You can see the focus, you can see the determination, you can see the perseverance in his eyes, in his face. Drew McIntyre is ready to go. He is more serious. He is more dangerous than ever. Drew McIntyre wasn't able to defeat Sheamus before, but Drew McIntyre said that he will defeat Sheamus, and he will do whatever it takes to defeat Sheamus here tonight. Drew McIntyre is ready to fight. He is ready to go. A lot of people in the arena and here in Cleveland, Ohio, loving this man. They are loving Drew McIntyre. Of course, Drew McIntyre, a former world champion in his own right. Here we go, McIntyre, Sheamus, 3. Referee rings the bell, and here we go. Sheamus immediately cheap chops McIntyre, but McIntyre reverses it, going after the head of Sheamus. This ain't gonna be a regular wrestling match, folks. This is gonna be a grudge match. Sheamus went for a German suplex, but Drew McIntyre with a Luthes press, and now Drew McIntyre showing no mercy to Sheamus. Drew McIntyre messing up the Celtic Warrior. So much anger in McIntyre, and personally, I don't blame him. Drew McIntyre, slams Sheamus to the ground. Sheamus trying to fight back, but Drew McIntyre is on a roll early on in this match. Sheamus with the elbows right into the face, but McIntyre shrugged it off like it was nothing. McIntyre, oh my God, just throw Sheamus into the ground. So much anger. And Sheamus went for a fireman's carry, and he does. Sheamus now punching McIntyre. Now Sheamus trying to get a little bit of offense here. McIntyre now. Oh my God. Slamming the face. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sheamus slamming McIntyre's face right into the turnbuckle. But McIntyre with a boot to the face. McIntyre is ready tonight. Drew McIntyre is not leaving this arena with a loss. And now Sheamus right in the face of Drew McIntyre. Sheamus Irishman McIntyre. Oh God, he's going for the 10 Warrior drums. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 10 bellhole drums taking Drew McIntyre down. Sheamus went for a power set, but Drew McIntyre with a reverse DDT. The referee's on 2. Let's hope both of these men get back into the ring before the referee hits the count of 10. Again, this is not a regular wrestling match. Nice uppercut by Sheamus. This is a street fight. Well, this is not a street fight because this is a regular one-on-one match, but this is a grudge match. You're not going to see any fancy wrestling moves or high-flying maneuvers. You're going to see a regular, straight-up, fist-to-fist fight. Of course, who can forget all those previous grudge matches? Of course, a very good example is William Regal and Fit Finlay during WCW. Who can forget those brutal grudge matches between those two men? Both of those men beat the living hell out of each other, and this is what these two men remind me of. William Regal and Fit Finlay. McIntyre has Sheamus. Powerbomb Sheamus to the ground. I think he was trying to break the ring on that one. McIntyre has Sheamus trying to punch Sheamus, but Sheamus fights out of it. McIntyre was ready. He could be going for another powerbomb, but Sheamus slams McIntyre to the ground. Oh, knee to the face. Of course, Bret Hart is watching backstage. Of course, Bret Hart is impressive with both of these men. And Sheamus has Drew. Oh my God, slams McIntyre's neck to the turnbuckle. For God's sakes. The Celtic Warrior now showing off. Sheamus now showing no mercy. Sheamus went for a cutter type maneuver. Oh, but Sheamus. Nice takedown by Sheamus, and now McIntyre's in trouble. A lot of people in the arena trying to get McIntyre back into this. McIntyre. Oh! McIntyre with a stunner. A lot of people in the arena saying that Sheamus looks stupid. Well, I'm not gonna lie, he does look like a rooster a little bit, but what do you know? Sheamus now pins Drew McIntyre. 2 and a 2 count. McIntyre is still alive. McIntyre, just goes up to the leg of Drew McIntyre. Of course, Drew McIntyre needs his legs for one of his finishing maneuvers, the Claymore. And now Sheamus going after the leg of Drew. Oh God, trying to break the leg of Drew McIntyre. McIntyre's in trouble, but McIntyre using all his strength, punching and punching Sheamus repeatedly. McIntyre now Irish whip Sheamus. Oh, but Sheamus goes after the stomach of McIntyre, and Sheamus with a roll up. Sheamus with a pin. 1, 2, 3. For God's sakes! The Celtic Warrior defeated Drew McIntyre 3 times in a row. This time with a roll up. McIntyre was pissed. I thought this was McIntyre's night. And look at this. Wait, hold on. Sheamus was holding the tights, and McIntyre's hand was on the ropes. McIntyre's hands were on the ropes. What the hell is this? I don't blame Drew McIntyre. McIntyre's hands was on the ropes, and Sheamus was holding the tights. Oh man, Drew McIntyre was screwed. Your winner of this match, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus. For God's sakes, Drew McIntyre was screwed once again. He was screwed once again. Unbelievable. Drew McIntyre had the match won, but Sheamus had to cheat, man. Sheamus had to cheat. Drew McIntyre is very disappointing, but you know what? I don't blame Sheamus. I don't blame Drew McIntyre. He didn't just lose. He got screwed here tonight. Sickening act by Sheamus. Sickening act. Unbelievable. Well, coming up next on GCW, of course, Samoa Joe is we're going to hear from Samoa Joe. Of course, at GCW Anarchy, it was a triple threat match for the GCW World Heavyweight title as Omega defended it against both Chris Jericho and Samoa Joe. All 3 men beat the living hell out of each other. But of course, I'd like to take you to the final 5 minutes of the matchup, as of course Samoa Joe finally hit the Muscle Buster onto the former champion Kenny Omega, but Chris Jericho came out of nowhere, cold breaks Samoa Joe, and throws him out of the ring, stealing the victory from Samoa Joe. And Chris Jericho got out of Chicago, Illinois Of course, he is now, Chris Jericho is now the GCW World Heavyweight Champion. Of course, he is the second GCW World Heavyweight Champion in GCW history. What does Samoa Joe have to say about this? Gotta find out next on GCW. And here comes Samoa Joe. And you can see he's pissed. And personally, I don't blame him. He had the match won, but of course Jericho had to ruin it. The anger on Joe's face. Last night at GCW Anarchy, I dominated. Last week on GCW Anarchy, I dominated most of the match. I should have came out here as the GCW World Heavyweight Champion, but no, there's a certain son of a bitch that took that moment away from me. I had the match won. I had the champion beat. But of course, Chris Jericho have to come in, weasel in, and take my title. Jericho, I hope you're in the arena, because if you're not, I will come to Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, and I will choke every one of your family members. I will choke everyone that you know until you come out here right now, face to face with me, and give me a shot at the World Heavyweight title. Well, here comes the GCW World Heavyweight Champion, Chris Jericho. Oh, Jericho, little offended. Joe talking about his family like that. Of course, Jericho with the GCW World title. Excuse me, but did you just say that I saw your title? Well, let me make one thing clear. Last Sunday at GCW Anarchy, it wasn't a one-on-one match, it was a triple threat match. And it was legal. And what I did was smart. I'm sorry that you weren't the small one. You shut the fuck up, Chris Jericho. You make me sick to my stomach. I did most of the freaking work, but yo, you have to come in and steal my spotlight, and you practically sold the title. Now, I'm saying this right now. Give me a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. You know what? Why should I give you a title shot? After all, Kenny Omega, of course, he wants his rematch clause. And I just got confirmation from Kenny that at the next pay-per-view, Animosity, I will defend my title against Kenny Omega. Now, why would I defend the title against you? Why? You want to know why? Because I am the most dangerous motherfucker here in GCW. Now, like I said, I want a shot at the GCW World Heavyweight title. And I don't care if it's tonight, I don't care if it's tomorrow, as long as I get my shot. You know what, Samoa Joe? All that talk, but no walk. After all, the episode before Anarchy, I'm pretty sure I tap you out. Okay? And it won't make a difference. Oh, it will make a difference. Because the next time that we're both in the ring, which will be soon, I will be prepared and I will be ready to take that title away for you. Now give me a title shot or else. Okay, fine. How about this? Next week on GCW, I will defend my World Heavyweight Championship against you, Samoa Joe. And how about that? Fine! And I hope you're ready for next week, because next week I am going to choke you out. And even if you pass out, I am not going to let go, because I am going to make you suffer for what you did at Anarchy. Well, let's just hope you walk the walk next week, because next week I'm going to take you out, and I'm either going to take you out with the Walls of Jericho or the Code Breaker. But at the end of the day, I will walk out with the world title. And next week, I will walk out with the World Heavyweight Championship. And the last thing you see before you go to your hospital bed will be me holding this GCW World Heavyweight title. Why? Because I am the Ayatollah of rock and roller. I'm the lion tamer. And I am the GCW World Heavyweight Champion. And I'm just that better than you. Oh, Samoa Joe. Oh, Joe! Sucker punching the world champion! Samoa Joe has enough of Jericho! See the anger on Joe's face. Oh, but Jericho fighting back. Elbow onto Joe. Somebody get security out. DDT onto Samoa Joe. And Jericho again showing off. But Samoa Joe, raking the face of Jericho. But Fireman is carried by Jericho. Joe, and again an elbow to the face. Oh God, Joe going after the head, and a clothesline by Samoa Joe. These two men are beating the hell out of each other. The couple referee trying to separate these two men. Well, it looks like it has been confirmed by the general manager of GCW, Bret the Hitman Hart, that at GCW Anarchy, next week's show, Chris Jericho will defend the GCW World Heavyweight Championship against Samoa Joe. And oh man, these two men are gonna beat the living hell out of each other. And that match will be for the GCW World title. And it's going to happen next week. Well, we both know that the winner of that matchup will defend the world title against Kenny Omega at our next pay-per-view, GCW Animosity. Wow. Well, coming up next on GCW, we are going to have ourselves a 6-women battle royal, and of course, whoever wins this matchup will be the first #1 contender for the GCW Women's Championship, held by no other than Sasha Banks. And of course, that matchup is next. I am back. Let's do this. Of course, I had to go and gloat because my dad thinks that Belgium is going to beat Japan in the World Cup, but right now it is 2-1, baby. But of course, if you're watching the World Cup right now, Japan is defeating Belgium 2-1. But enough about the World Cup. Let's have this battle royal underway. And here comes Charlotte Flair. Of course, Charlotte Flair is the daughter of the Nature Boy, the 16-time world champion, Ric Flair. Of course, Charlotte was in a fatal four-way qualifying matchup on the first episode of GCW. Of course, she was defeated by Becky Lynch. Of course, in that matchup was none other than Becky Lynch, Naomi, and Velvet Sky. Charlotte is getting her redemption here tonight. And of course, 3 of the women are second-generation superstars. Of course, Charlotte Flair is a Flair. Natalya is a Hart. And Tessa Blanchard is the daughter of daughter of Tully Blanchard. And unfortunately, Belgium score a goal on Japan. Son of a...
What did I just tell you? What did I just tell you, right? What did I just tell you?
Sorry about the commotion. But Belgium sucks. And for all you Belgium fans, and you're going to be very disappointed, but I think Japan's going to win. No worry, we're still in the game. But today is Canada Day. And of course, happy Canada Day to Natalya and the entire Hart Dungeon. Of course, Natalya is a part of the Hart Dynasty. And of course, Natalya, of course, she was also in a qualifying matchup. Of course, with Sasha Banks, AJ Lee, and this woman right here, Tessa Blanchard. And of course, she is the daughter of a wrestling legend, Tully Blanchard. Of course, like I said, she was in a qualifying matchup against Natalya, AJ Lee, and Sasha Banks. Of course, Sasha Banks won that matchup, and the rest in history. Went to Anarchy and became the first ever GCW Women's Champion. Tessa Blanchard now, ready to go. Of course, we got second-generation superstars in the ring. And here comes the women who participated in the Fatal 4-Way match to determine the GCW Women's Championship at last week's pay-per-view GCW Anarchy. And one of these women is none other than Becky Lynch. Of course, even though Becky wasn't able to win the title, Becky Lynch was extremely impressive in the match. Of course, Becky Lynch was this close. A matter of fact, Becky Lynch had 2 close calls, almost making both Sasha Banks and Rosemary tap out if it wasn't for the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, which is also in this matchup here tonight. Becky Lynch is ready to go. And oh man, everything's dark. And here comes Rosemary, probably the most psychotic woman that we signed here on GCW. Of course, Rosemary defeated Nikki Cross, Ivy Lee, and Nia Jax in a qualifying match to get a shot at the GCW Women's Championship at Anarchy, but of course she ended up losing. But she was actually psychotic. She actually injure Asuka a little bit. But of course, it's been a week, and of course, Asuka is cleared to compete. But Rosemary showed no mercy to everyone in the competition, and she had her close calls as well, almost becoming the GCW Women's Champion. Rosemary looking to get some vengeance here tonight on GCW, looking to become the #1 contender for the GCW Women's Championship. And here comes the fan favorite to win this battle royal. Here comes the Empress of Tomorrow. Here comes Asuka. Of course, Asuka. Of course, she has been undefeated for 194 days until she lost to that woman right there, Charlotte Flair, a couple of years ago at WrestleMania. But of course, she has been dominating. Of course, Asuka, I believe, defeated, personally, I don't remember. But, you know, if you want to know, of course, all 4 of these qualifying matches are on my channel. So if you want to see those matches, I recommend you watch some very good Fatal 4-Way matches. Asuka looking to get some redemption here tonight at GCW Anarchy. Asuka is so devastating. And Asuka looking to become the GCW Women's Champion. But in order to do that, she has to go through 6 other ladies to become the #1 contender for the World Champion, for the GCW Women's Championship. And here we go. Battle Royal. There are no pinfalls, no submissions, no disqualification or countouts. The only way to win is to be the last woman standing, but anytime during the matchup, you can be eliminated by throwing your opponent over the top rope, but both hands and feet have to touch the floor. Oh, nice suplex by Asuka, taking out Becky Lynch. Rosemary and Tessa Blanchard are going at it. Natalya and Charlotte are going at it. Asuka and Becky are beating the hell out of each other. Of course, Asuka kind of cost Becky Lynch the Women's Championship at Anarchy. These 6 women are beating the hell out of each other. Of course, Sasha Banks, the GCW Women's Champion, is in the arena. She is watching this match extremely close. Rosemary looking to eliminate Tessa Blanchard. She's looking to eliminate Blanchard, but Blanchard hangs on. Tessa, goes after the leg of Rosemary. Nice Russian leg sweep by Becky Lynch, taking down Natalya. These 6 women are beating the crap out of each other early on in this match. And now Charlotte trying to eliminate Tessa Blanchard. Blanchard's in trouble. Becky Lynch beating the hell out of Rosemary. Asuka and Natalya are going at it. Tessa Blanchard finally getting out of the corner. Nice exploder suplex by Becky Lynch, taking down Rosemary. Man, I love a good fashion battle royal. Oh man, Becky Lynch going after Blanchard, Charlotte Flair going after Rosemary, Asuka's going after Natalya. So it's the 2nd generation women going against the women who already had the opportunity for the GCW Women's Championship at Anarchy last Sunday. A fight for bragging rights here. Rosemary and Charlotte beating the hell out of each other. Asuka just messing up Natalya. Oh, devastating suplex. Rosemary trying to eliminate Charlotte. Could Charlotte be the first woman to eliminate? No, Charlotte hangs on. Asuka got taken out by Natalya. And Rosemary now looking to eliminate Becky Lynch. Oh, just throws Becky right into those ropes. Tesla and Asuka are down. Asuka now back up to her feet. And Natalya eliminates Charlotte. Charlotte Flair is the first woman eliminated, thanks to Natalya. Of course, Natalya is one of the fan favorites. Of course, Natalya is the cousin of the GM of GCW, Bret the Hitman Hart. And plus, today is Canada Day. So we got some Canadian and GCW fans here tonight. Some fans are all reverse DDT onto Asuka. Rosemary and Becky Lynch are going at it. We are down to the final 5, folks. We are down to the final 5. Who will face Sasha Banks for the GCW Women's Championship? Only one can walk out of Cleveland, Ohio, the #1 contender for the women's title. But the question is who? Natalya has Rosemary. Oh, but Rosemary, reverse DDT. Becky Lynch looking to eliminate Asuka. Of course, Becky Lynch has been going after Asuka for a while in this match. And wait a minute, Asuka! Asuka! Oh, eliminates Becky Lynch! And Rosemary eliminates Natalya! Holy crap! Rosemary and Asuka eliminate both Becky Lynch and Natalya at the same time! Must be devastating for both women. And now we're down to the final 3. Asuka, Rosemary, and Tessa Blanchard. Rosemary wants Tessa to get up. And oh, she went for a hurricanrana, but Tessa Blanchard reversed into a power bomb. Rosemary, oh god, pushing Blanchard away. But Asuka, oh, just suplexes Rosemary right onto her neck. What a matchup it has been. Asuka now has Rosemary. Oh my god. Asuka looking to eliminate Rosemary. Rosemary is in trouble. And Rosemary's gone. And just like that, we are down to the final 2. Tessa Blanchard and Asuka. Who will be the #1 contender for the GCW Women's Championship? Tessa now going up. Tessa Blanchard wants the Empress of Tomorrow to get up. Tessa Blanchard has a huge chance of winning this matchup. Tessa Blanchard, she is the daughter of the living legend Tully Blanchard. Of course, Tully's watching this matchup here tonight. Oh, in Tessa Blanchard's hometown. Tessa, oh, punching the stomach of the Empress of Tomorrow. Sasha Banks watching closely. Asuka, oh my god, goes after the arm. Oh, a saw back to the face of Tessa Blanchard. Oh, and a kick to the stomach. And Asuka going for the butt to the face. Butt to the face. Damn, that must have knocked out Tessa Blanchard like there's no tomorrow. And oh, Tessa Blanchard just elbowed Asuka. Asuka's pissed. Asuka doesn't know what to do. This is kind of awkward. Now Tessa Blanchard, Irish Whip. Oh, kicks the leg of Asuka. Could Tessa Blanchard put up a big upset? Oh, a hammerlock DDT to Asuka. Asuka with a fireman's carry. Both of these women are beating the living crap out of each other. Asuka. Oh god, both of these women going back and forth. And now Asuka. Asuka losing all her strength. Trying to eliminate Tessa Blanchard. And Tessa's hanging on. Asuka still trying to put Tessa out. And Tessa's gone. Asuka is the #1 contender for Sasha Banks GCW Women's Championship. Wow, what a battle royal that was. And especially the final 2. The final 2 gave it their all. Look at this hammerlock DDT by Tessa Blanchard to Asuka. I think that could have been it. But Asuka never gave up. And Asuka used all her strength to eliminate Tessa Blanchard. Blanchard tried to hang on. She tried. Look at that. Asuka was still pushing. Tessa Blanchard, again, desperate, trying to hang on, but no. Just like that, Tessa Blanchard was gone. Your winner and the #1 contender for the GCW Women's Championship, Asuka. Oh man, Sasha Banks, I hope you're watching, because Asuka is coming after the GCW World Heavyweight Championship. And this time it won't be a fatal 4-way match, it will be one-on-one. Wow. What a big victory by Asuka. Congratulations. But coming up next, we are having ourselves a showcase matchup as Apollo Crews goes one-on-one against the glorious Bobby Roode. And this match is next on GCW. And here comes the debut of Apollo Crews. Of course, Apollo Crews made his debut in professional wrestling in WWE on his birthday. Of course, defeating Andrade Cien Almas in his debut. Of course, Apollo Crews ever since then been extremely impressive. But of course, he did not like what WWE had done to him, with like creative wise. So that's why he left WWE and came to GCW for a great start. And unlike WWE, I think here in GCW, I think this man will be a future world champion. Apollo Crews is ready to go. A lot of people here in the arena are loving Apollo. But he has an opponent here tonight. And that opponent is the debut of the It Factor, the glorious one. Here comes Bobby Roode. And here comes Bobby Roode with his manager, Summer Rae. Of course, everyone is familiar for Bobby Roode, because if you are a pro wrestling fan, then you know who Bobby Roode is. Of course, some people are even singing to him song. Of course, Bobby Roode was in TNA, former tag team champion with James Storm, called Beer Money. And of course, he is a former GCW World Heavyweight Champion. Of course, he came to WWE for a time, became a former NXT champion and former United States champion. But then he quit WWE and came to GCW to get back to the world title picture. But in order to do that, he has to win in his debut because he needs to impress the GM of GCW, Bret the Hitman Hart. Oh man, Bobby Roode is ready to go. Bobby Roode looking flashy, very cocky. A lot of mixed reactions here in GCW. A lot of people are booing Bobby, but then there's some fans of Bobby Roode. And I respect him in terms of ring skills, but personally, I think he's nothing but a dick. That's what I think about Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode now, ready to go in this showcase matchup. Here we go, Apollo Crews and Bobby Roode. Referee rings the bell and here we go. And both of these men are going technical. Bobby Roode has the arm on Apollo Crews. Of course, Bobby Roode has an advantage in terms of experience because Bobby Roode has been fighting before Apollo. And oh, nice arm drag reversal by Apollo. Going the arm of Bobby Roode. And oh man, these two men are going technical early on in this match. Apollo Crews going after the arm of Bobby. And oh, Bobby's in trouble. Apollo Crews using all that strength. And of course, if you guys are watching the World Cup, and if you guys are...
Goal! 3-2, baby, just like I told you.
If you guys are Japan fans of the World Cup, I am sorry to tell you, but Japan is losing to Belgium. It's kind of underwhelming, but what can you do? What can you do? Ay, ay, ay. Sorry about that. That was my dad being overexcited about Belgium, of all teams. But now Bobby Roode is in control. Bobby Roode. Oh, Russian leg sweep. You know what? I'll be right back, guys. We got to go to commercial break. Who do you think is going to win this match? Apollo Crews or Bobby Roode? We'll find out next on GCW. We'll be right back. So before we return to our regularly special program, I would like to talk about the World Cup real quick. So apparently Belgium defeated Japan 3-2. Of course, I was going for Japan, my dad was going for Belgium. And of course, Belgium won. They're moving on to the quarterfinals, unfortunately, and Japan's eliminated. How do I feel about this situation? Kind of disappointing. Kind of underwhelming. But what can you do, right? Shit. Okay, back to your regular special program. Welcome back to GCW. And Apollo Crews is in control. Of course, this is a showcase match between Apollo Crews and Bobby Roode. And Bobby Roode with a backbreaker to Apollo Crews. And Bobby Roode now showing off against Apollo. And Bobby Roode, oh, devastating neck breaker to Apollo. And Bobby Roode is just in control. Roode now, oh God, just goes out to the back of Apollo. And Bobby now, Bobby, oh, slams Apollo's back. And oh, running power slam by Bobby Roode. Apollo Crews went for the back. Oh man, both of these men going back and forth. Apollo Crews, oh, German suplex. Well, no, that's not a German suplex, but that's kind of like a neck suplex. Of course, for all you Japan fans out there, of course, Japan lost to Belgium 3-2 in the World Cup, unfortunately. Great game, of course, but both of those teams gave everything they got, but again, Belgium was just the better team, unfortunately, and Belgium's moving on to the World Cup. But what could you do? Bobby Roode now pinning Apollo Crews while Apollo Crews kicks out. Of course, we don't usually have commercial breaks. We usually have some quick intermissions. And oh, Bobby Roode just punches the face of Apollo. And Apollo Crews with a neck breaker to Bobby Roode. And I'm not going to lie, Apollo Crews is extremely impressive in this showcase match. Apollo Crews went for a clothesline, but Bobby Roode now. Oh, a neck breaker. Going after the neck of Apollo, and both of these men going back and forth. And oh, nice maneuver by Apollo. Apollo pins Bobby, 1 and a 1 count. Apollo Crews thought that was it. Apollo Crews extremely athletic. Bobby Roode punches, and oh, another backbreaker. Could that be it? 1 and a 1 count. Both of these men going back and forth in this match. Bobby Roode now showing off. Bobby Roode now, oh, a neck breaker to Crews. Bobby Roode now wants Apollo Crews to get up. Spine buster! Spine buster by Bobby Roode. Could that be it? 1, 2, and a 2 count. Apollo Crews is still alive. Of course, the spine buster is Bobby Roode's signature maneuver. And oh no, Bobby Roode could be going for the glorious DDT. He could be going for the glorious DDT, but Apollo Crews reverses. He reverses. Crews is still alive. He could be going for cruise control. But again, Bobby Roode reverses. Both of these men going back and forth in this showcase match. Oh my God, angle slam, amazing matchup this has been. Crews pins Roode, but Roode kicks out. Apollo Crews now going after the neck of Bobby Roode. Both of these men going back and forth. And Bobby Roode with a devastating clothesline to Apollo Crews. And wait a minute, Bobby Roode, what's he gonna do? Oh, perfect plex. Round to Apollo. Summer Rae, Bobby Roode's manager, is impressed. And oh, Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode, extremely impressive in this showcase match. Roode now has Cruz. Oh, just suplex him to the ground. And now Bobby Roode wants Apollo Crews to get up. He could be going for that glorious DDT. Second attempt. And glorious DDT to Apollo Crews. 1, 2, 3. And just like that, the It Factor, the glorious one, has defeated Apollo Crews in the showcase match. Now you gotta give credit to Apollo Crews. He gave everything he had. He put Bobby Roode to his limit in this showcase match, and I think he impressed a lot of people here in the GCW universe. But at the end of the day, Bobby Roode was just the better man. And it was a glorious DDT, bam, to take down Apollo Crews for the 1, 2, 3. And Bobby Roode, just like that, is your winner. Your winner of this showcase matchup, the glorious one, the It Factor, Bobby Roode. And now Bobby Roode is celebrating in the middle of the ring, showing that he was the better man, and he is a force to be reckoned with here in GCW. Wow, what a show it has been. Well, what a show it has been. And coming up next, we got our general manager of GCW, Bret the Hitman Hart, coming out to the ring, and he says he has a special, and I mean a special announcement. What is Bret Hart's announcement? You're just gonna have to find out next on GCW. Well, here comes the general manager of GCW. Here comes Bret the Hitman Hart. Of course, for all you Canadian fans, happy Canada Day. And of course, while the superstars were showing off here tonight, I watched the World Cup, and I'm not gonna lie, I went for Japan, and they kind of lost, but we're not going to talk about that. Last Sunday at GCW Anarchy, I was impressed with all the superstars that gave it their heart and soul. We crowned new champions, and I was impressed by everyone who gave it their all in our first pay-per-view of GCW. But I am here for a very special announcement. Of course, our next pay-per-view is called GCW Animosity. And I am happy to announce that we are going to have ourselves a fatal four-way elimination matchup to determine the number one contender for the GCW World Heavyweight Champion. Of course, these four men will be Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, and the final person, well, we are going to decide that, because next week on GCW, we are going to have ourselves a good fashion battle royal, and everyone is invited to this battle royal, and the winner of this battle royal gets the final slot in that fatal four-way elimination match to determine the number one contender for the GCW World Heavyweight Championship. And the winner of that Battle Royal and the winner of that Fatal 4-Way elimination match will go on to our following pay-per-view, GCW Adrenaline, and fight for the GCW World Heavyweight Championship. So we're gonna have that next week. Also, next week, we got Chris Jericho defending the GCW World Heavyweight title against Samoa Joe. And might as well keep going because we got not one, not two, but 3 main events next week. As of course our third main event, as the phenomenal AJ Styles goes one-on-one against the Architect, Seth Rollins. And if anyone interferes, they are suspended from GCW. That, and we also got the junior heavyweight title on the line next week as Akira Tozawa defends it against TJ Perkins. We got Sasha Banks defending the GCW Women's Championship next week as she defends it against Asuka. And of course, Adam Cole came to me. And of course, next week, the Undisputed Era wants to have a Tag Team Championship Open Challenge. Next week is going to be one of the biggest weeks, one of the biggest episodes in the history of GCW. The next episode cannot be missed. And I hope you are excited for next week. But I hope you enjoyed the main event. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Oh man, what a statement by the general manager, Bret the Hitman Hart. Wow, next week is going to be one of the biggest episodes in the history of GCW. But coming up next, it is our main event as Braun Strowman goes one-on-one against Lars Sullivan. Of course, these two monsters made their debut during that 8-man ladder match to determine the GCW television title. And man, even though they didn't win the title, what a matchup it was. Both of these monsters dominated the match, dominated most of the matchup. But tonight, these two men are going to beat the living hell out of each other one-on-one. And this monstrous main event is next on GCW. And here comes the monster among men, so Braun Strowman. Of course, Braun Strowman, along with Lars Sullivan, made their debut in that 8-man ladder match to determine the GCW television championship, which was won by none other than Lio Rush. But now, Braun Strowman is making his GCW singles debut here tonight as he goes one-on-one against a man that is in the same size as him, and that's the freak of nature, Lars Sullivan. Oh man, this is going to be an insane main event. We made sure that the ring could be able to hold both Braun Strowman's and Lars Sullivan's weight. And here comes Strowman's opponent, all the way from Denver, Colorado. a man who also dominated most of the matchup last Sunday at GCW Anarchy, and that man is Lars Sullivan. Matter of fact, out of both of these men, Lars Sullivan was the closest, and he almost won the GCW television title. But of course, everyone, and I mean everyone in that matchup, like literally ganged up on both Lars Sullivan and Braun Strowman, and it took a lot, and I mean a lot, to take them down. And even then, they weren't taken down. But after the 15 minutes, in the 15 minutes before the match ended, these two men were just busy with each other, and they literally beat the hell out of each other. And then the rest of the six literally took advantage, doing whatever it takes to get to the title. But at the end of the day, Lio Rush was just the fastest man, and Lio Rush got out of Chicago with the television title. Oh man, both men claimed that they cost each other the GCW TV title, and they are going to focus all their anger on each other here tonight. This is our main event, and here we go as Lars Sullivan slams Braun Strowman to the ground. Well, Lars Sullivan has a bit of an advantage, considering that he has a bit more speed, and oh my god! Lars Sullivan just threw Braun Strowman in the air! And right now, Lars Sullivan is in control of Braun. Braun Strowman fights out of it. Oh my god. Man, when regular superstars try to carry these guys, it feels like a freaking mountain. But when these two behemoths face each other, it's like they're throwing pillows around. These two men are strong. These two men are freak of nature. Lars Sullivan now in control of Braun Strowman. Lars now has Strowman. Oh, knees right to the stomach of Strowman. And Lars Sullivan is in control. Braun Strowman. Oh, knees to the stomach. Lars now. Lars has Braun Strowman. Oh, Lars Sullivan with a power bomb to Braun. Both of these men are beating the living hell out of each other. Sullivan, Strowman, oh my god. Battle of the behemoths right here. Sullivan has Strowman, and oh god, slams Braun Strowman to the ground. And oh, Lars Sullivan punches Braun Strowman to the ground. Lars Sullivan wants Braun Strowman to get up. And oh, but Lars Sullivan looked like he was going to fly, but Strowman stopped him in his tracks. But Lars, oh, slams Braun Strowman to the ground. What a matchup this has been. Sullivan and Strowman. Oh my god, a suplex to the floor. The referee's on fire. Both of these men need to get back into the ring right now. Oh my god. Lars Sullivan with all that strength. Both of these men are scary. I wouldn't want to get into the ring with neither of these men. Strowman, oh my god, boot to the face of Lars. Oh, but Lars Sullivan, oh god, trying to carry Strowman, but Strowman with elbows to Sullivan's face. And now Braun, oh, slams Sullivan to the ground with all his strength. This is like a dream matchup right here. Strowman and Sullivan showing no mercy. Nice sucker punch by Lars. Lars Sullivan. Oh, I think he went for the toe of the world, but Strowman was just too heavy. And now Strowman using his strength, stepping on Sullivan's stomach. Braun Strowman, Lars Sullivan. I have never seen a matchup like this. I don't know if we signed any more Giants, but so far, these two men are the most dangerous men in GCW because these are two of the Giants that we've signed here in GCW. And oh my God, Braun Strowman going after the shoulder of Lars. Oh, Lars Sullivan trips Braun Strowman to the ground. Strowman now has Braun. Oh, Sullivan slamming Strowman's face to the turnbuckle. Oh my God. So much chaos between these two men. Sullivan now has Braun. What is Lars Sullivan gonna do? Nothing, because Braun Strowman takes Lars Sullivan to the outside. And both of these men are back to the outside once again. Sullivan now. Oh my God, just threw him to the ground. These men are messing each other up in a very bad way. Lars Sullivan pins Braun Strowman, and 1 count. Both of these men are beating the hell out of each other. Oh man, Lars Sullivan going out the top rope. Oh, a headbutt by Lars Sullivan. Could that be it? 1, 2, and a 2 count. Lars Sullivan thought that was it. Lars Sullivan wants Strowman to get up, but Strowman with a devastating clothesline. And now Strowman wants Sullivan to get up. Runny power slam. 1, 2. Oh, and Lars Sullivan kicks out. Lars Sullivan kicks out of the running power slam. I thought that was it. Strowman's pissed, and Strowman's sucker punching Lars Sullivan to the ground. And now Lars, sucker punching Braun Strowman. And now Sullivan with a Luthez press to Braun. And now Sullivan going after the shoulder of Braun Strowman. But Strowman trying to fight out of it. Oh, Strowman now fighting back. Braun Strowman. Oh, slams Lars Sullivan's face right into the canvas. But Sullivan fights back. And Lars Sullivan using all his strength, all his stamina to take down Braun. And oh my God, Lars now just raking the face of Braun Strowman. What a main event this is. Nice fireman's carry by Strowman. Strowman now has Lars. Oh, power slam. And a running power slam. A second one by Braun Strowman. And now Strowman, sucker punching Lars. And Lars Sullivan's busted open. 1, 2, and a 2 count. What a matchup this has been. Strowman, going after the arm of Lars Sullivan. But Lars Sullivan using all his strength. Lars Sullivan, could that be it? 2, and a 2 count. One of these men is going to walk out of Cleveland the victor. The question is who? Sullivan now slams Braun Strowman. Lars Sullivan wants Braun Strowman to get up. Sullivan now Irish whip Braun to the corner. Oh, Lars Sullivan trying to do something, but Strowman. Oh my God. No. Please don't do this. Please don't do this. I don't think the ring can take it. Strowman has Sullivan off the top rope. Suplex off the top rope. The ring shook a little bit, but surprisingly it did not break. Could that be it? 1, 2, and a 2 count. Holy crap. I don't think the ring can take any more of this as Sullivan goes out to the arm, and now Lars going after the head of Braun Strowman. Oh, Sam Strowman's face right into the turnbuckle. Lars Sullivan going up. Could be going for that headbutt. Devastating headbutt. The busted head of Lars Sullivan. Could that be it? 1, 2. Oh, Strowman kicks out just in time. I thought that headbutt was it. And oh, big mistake by Lars Sullivan. Showing off early. Sullivan kicking the stomach of Braun. Sullivan's dragging Braun Strowman. And oh, Sullivan, freak accident! Freak accident onto Braun Strowman. 1, 2, 3. Wow! What a big victory by the freak of nature himself, Lars Sullivan. These men beated the living hell out of each other. I have never seen so much chaos in my life. These two monsters messed up each other. And look at that running power slam. I really thought that was it. But Lars Sullivan somehow kicked out, and the ring shook a little bit when Strowman just suplexed Lars from the top rope. But at the end of the day, it was the freak accident that took out Braun. And Lars Sullivan is walking out of walking out of Cleveland, Ohio as the winner. Your winner of this monstrous main event, Lars Sullivan. What a match. Well, what a show. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching the 5th episode of GCW. And oh my god, next week is going to be one of the most epic episodes of all time. You can't miss this episode. If you do, you must be out of your minds. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for watching GCW. And good night, everyone, from Cleveland, Ohio.